Hey there, everybody. Welcome into episode 9 of Let's Talk About, with today's topic being my two amazingly wonderful Huskies, Crassus and Pompey. I've talked about them a handful of times throughout my videos, and I'm pretty sure I've also had thumbnails of them posted for other videos in the past, for like update videos and such. I wanted to make sure I had some updated pictures of them here for the video, although I guess these ones aren't quite from today, but these two are probably my personal favorite pictures of them ever, or at least in my top ones that I love about them, that I have of them, rather. So for some backstory, Crassus is our older Husky. He actually just turned 12 years old a few weeks back, or actually almost a month ago at this point. January 9th was his birthday back in 2013. No, 2014. And we got him. Wait, I'm getting my dates mixed up. Why am I blanking on this? Um, yeah, we got him back in 2014. Yeah, his launch day was 2 weeks later. Yeah. And then Pompey just turned 11 years old back actually a couple weeks ago. January 22nd was his birthday. Oh no, I was getting mixed up. It was two months after we got them. You had to be at least 8 weeks old before you're allowed to take them home. So Crassus was in March we got him. His actual gotcha date is March 9th. And Pompey's is the I think this March 24th for his 2014, 2015 respectively. These two pictures here. I know I have Crassus pictured here first, but I have to talk about the Pompey one here first on the right. Crassus is the one on the left, by the way. I was sitting on our couch in our house in Pittsburgh. This was actually already almost a year ago, I believe, shortly after we moved into our place. I was just sitting out on our couch, and I had Pompey sitting next to me. He was sitting on all fours on our couch next to me, and he just had this incredibly perfect judgmental look on his face. I don't recall what I was doing at the time. I may have had food or something that he wanted, but this look just screams judgmental husky, and it's like 100%. Imagine not owning an air fryer energy, which I've posted this picture like on Facebook, on BlueSky, on Discord, and I just absolutely love it. And then Crassus there, he was doing this thing. I think he was thirsty at the time. He got some water afterwards. So he was sticking his tongue out repeatedly, then pulling it back in. So it actually took me multiple pictures, multiple tries of taking a picture of him doing that to have it be his tongue actually sticking out, like pretty much pulling a full on Yoshi there. I have probably total on my phone. I think I have 4 or maybe 5,000 pictures total saved up from well over the years. From old iPhones migrated to newer ones, etc., all on the current one here. And I'm pretty sure, I'd say about 4,000 of those are of just these two in total. Actually, let me check for a real number if it would tell me here real quick. Okay, yeah, at least my phone, says 4,610 items in all. And the vast majority of those pictures are of these two. From all throughout their lives, really, from when we first brought them home as puppies, as they got older and older, and they just kept massively growing, and remarkably quickly how fast they grew before our eyes. And yeah, they're already now 12 and 11 as far as their actual age goes, and we'll have had them for that long coming up here. March 9th for Crassus of this year, and then March. I always forget if it's the 22nd or 24th for Pompey. I'm pretty sure it's the 24th. I have tons of Facebook memories that will say that for their birthday and their gotcha days, as we call them. And these two have just been the best dogs ever. They obviously, them being Huskies, they have they have their Husky attitude where they're like, yeah, you told me to sit, but I don't really feel like doing that. I'm just not vibing, I'm going to do what I feel like. But yeah, definitely have that pack mentality as well with my brother and I. They definitely see him as the pack leader, as it were, because he was the one who picked them up originally. We got them both in Ohio, funnily enough. Crassus I forget which one was in Zanesville, Ohio. It may have been Pompey, I forget. But yeah, they both were in Ohio. I remember we were living in State College, PA at the time when we got Crassus back in 2014. And I think the trip to get him, I was just staying at home at the time. My brother went out to get him that night. And he had a nice little cardboard box set up for him with some blankets and a pillow in the front seat of his car. And the little guy just slept the entire way home pretty much. They didn't get home until I think 9 or 9:30 or so that night. And it really sucks for me because I had to leave for work like shortly after they got home. I was working overnights at a store nearby where we lived. I would work like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. or 6:30 or whatever. Usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and either Saturday or Sunday. And yeah, like I had to see him for just like maybe 20 minutes before I had to leave for work. And then of course I would get home at like 6:30 in the morning. And then I would have to go to sleep, obviously, and then I wouldn't wake up until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Excuse me. See, of course, my brother was on full puppy training duty back then. Same with Pompey as well, because I was away at work a lot of the time. So yeah, he was handling that. BOE got him a nice little crate set up. Of course, all sorts of fun toys, and obviously all the food, the medicine, and all that stuff we need there. And he was just a little bundle of fluff. Same with Pompey, obviously. It's so funny with Crassus. When he was first growing up, we would sit on the couch there with him. He'd be like so like playfully like nippy and bitey and such. Wouldn't want us to like pester him and all that. But now he is just the biggest, cuddliest baby ever. Anywhere we go, he will be right either beside us or beside us or behind us. Pretty much booping our hands with his nose as we're walking or trying to flat tire us, either or. He's never far from either of us, either on the couch with me or on the smaller dog love seat that we have in our den for him. Pompey doesn't really lay on it much. It's pretty much a Crassus thing, honestly. Pompey can just lay wherever. Lots of times he'll lay on my brother's bed, though, while he's working in his room there. He works from home. He has a nice setup there. Or, of course, Pompey will hang out either on my bed in my room or on the couch with me. He also has a nice little den set up in my brother's room there. So, yeah, you go into his bedroom, and then his bathroom is already right back there as well. And then that, in turn, leads to a little closet/den space back there. That's essentially Pompey's place. We have a couple of dog beds back there where he normally sleeps every night. And then Crassus, no surprise at all, will sleep on my brother's bed right next to him every single night. Although last night, today as a recording is Monday, going up Tuesday. This is meant to go up Sunday. Also, sorry about that. I was super tired before. I wasn't able to record this for the normal Sunday time slot. But actually, my brother was away this past weekend, so I was on full dog duty. I actually slept in his room the first night because I took him out for their normal bathroom trip before bed, and then they just both booked it right to his room right after I unleashed them. And I was like, guys, you were going to be sleeping in my room this weekend, but they had other plans. I got them their normal bedtime stuff, a fresh batch of water before bed, and their bedtime bones. We always keep a box or two of milk bones around. So I got them little pieces of those, one each for them, and also it's kind of a funny trick we do with Crassus to get him to drink water more often. We'll just take a little chunk of bone and just plop it in the water dish and just lead him towards it. Although he also knows where it is too. And then he'll pick that out of the water and then also get more water before bed. That way we can kind of hopefully prevent him doing the annoying dog lip smacking thing all night, because that can be very annoying sometimes if they don't get water right before bed and they're doing that all night and they refuse to get water. It's just a whole thing. Yeah, I slept in his room actually that first night, Friday night. But then Saturday night, I was more adamant about them sleeping in my room. I'm surprised Crassus didn't sleep on my bed with me. He was actually just on the floor in front of my bed. He had more space that way, so I guess that kind of worked out. And then Pompey was in a little corner of my room right by my window. And I actually slept a lot better that night. I didn't sleep well the night before. But that night was a lot better, thankfully. But yeah, they pretty much always slept in my brother's room since we've had both of them, except whenever he's away, when he was away on work trips or whatever. And I would of course have them be in my arms. I'd be able to keep an eye on them. But yeah, Crassus is just the cuddliest baby ever. What's so funny too, say if we're getting like delivered stuff to our place, like we get stuff from DoorDash, either groceries or lunch or dinner, or like Amazon shows up or whatever with packages. We'll sometimes keep them in my bedroom just so like they're not running towards the front door or anything. The thing is though, my windows, or my one big window in my bedroom, faces right outside to where our front door is, so they're able to see the person walk up to the front door there. And Crassus, being the guard dog, big air quotes there that he is, he tends to bark at people that come to our front door. But I just know the second if we let them come inside, whoever's at the door, he would be all over them, being super playful, super energetic, jumping, wanting pets and belly rubs and all that. And he'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry for barking at you. I was just guarding my humans, or humans, as we always say too." It's so funny too with DoorDash in particular. We'll get groceries from like Aldi or Dollar General or whatever, and most times they'll take a picture to send to you. So it's like, "Hey, here's your order stuff just for confirmation's sake." And again, with my window being right by our front door, and the dogs being right there at my window, you can usually see them in the picture they send, actually. I've had more than a handful of times, especially here in Ohio, that we can see them in the picture, and it's just the funniest thing. And most times, too, I'll send a thank you message to our Dasher. I'll just say, like, "Thanks very much, have a great day." And they'll be like, "Oh, thanks, you too. Also, love your dogs." We've had plenty of compliments about them from really anyone who sees them, because, my God, look at them. Anytime I have them out on watch and I see people, they always get compliments on just how beautiful they look. And yeah, Crassus definitely looks more like your traditional husky with, the black, gray fur and all that. It's kind of funny, he had some pretty distinct goggles, we called them, around his eyes when he was younger, but of course they've gotten more white as he's gotten older. And Pompey has like the kind of the opposite coat. It's mostly white with like a brown and black kind of racing stripe on his back there. And just the cutest little flippy floppy ears ever. I'm also just kind of, I don't really have like a script for this. I'm just kind of just rambling about whatever comes up with these two, which I could go on about these two forever if I wanted to. And I do want to. But I'll try to keep the video at about the half-hour length that I've generally been keeping these at. Then for Pompey, we got him, back in March 2015. We actually kind of got him on a whim, funnily enough. This Crassus, we actually we did some more planning there. We started out reputable breeders and all that to pick him up from and all that. Same with Pompey, of course. We did that for both. I think Pompey, we kind of just ended up like, you know what? We want another dog, and I think we got our tax refunds around that same time too. So we went out and got a Pompey. We also really wanted a little brother / playmate for Crassus. So yeah, he wouldn't be lonesome to complete our little puppy family there of sorts. They're obviously from different families and such, but they definitely do have the whole big brother, little brother thing going on, where like Pompey will pester Crassus any chance he gets just to be a bother. Like Crassus will be laying on the couch with me, or on the couch with my brother, or on his bed or whatever. Pompey will be doing his own thing, and then he'll just walk up to him and he'll start sniffing his ear or his neck or whatever, and Crassus will playfully snarl, but also be like, "Oh my God, go away." And of course they'll usually battle and play together too. They'll both do the little downward slam, where they'll slam their paws on the floor, have their butts in the air, and run around and chase each other and again playfully scrap. They don't fully bite each other or anything violent like that. Of course not. No, we know better than that. But no, that's just how they play. And sometimes they get a little too wound up. They'll get a little too jumpy with each other. So that's when we play referee and break them up. But again, they're just mostly playing. So I mean, that's totally fine, obviously. Yeah, Pompey, we just got him on a little whim. I still remember the first collar we had was this little light blue or powder blue collar. He has this little flippy floppy ears, just a little tiny marshmallow. He still is a marshmallow, really. He's just a big fluffy marshmallow on four legs. It's so funny too with their ears in particular. Crassus's ears were so big, like the first day we got him, and we always so funnily joked that he only just now grew into his ears. And then Pompey said like pretty much only done fully pointed up like yesterday, essentially. His ears are always so flippy floppy all the time. And they have like, the rounded points to them with Pompey, and then Crassus has the more like, like distinct pointy ears of a normal husky. Also crazy with both of them really, but particularly Pompey. We moved to California shortly after we got him. Yeah, it was late March we got him. I forget when we got the news, but yeah, we moved out to California August of that year. That was a fun time living out there, but I wouldn't want to go back, at least to where we lived before. It was just way too hot. These two were fine, of course, but I still would, if we ever moved back there again, it'd want to be somewhere that's a lot cooler, like more towards like the actual coast and all that. Yeah, these two have been with us everywhere we've gone since we got them. We've also moved around a lot over the years. Of course, we had them in Pleasant Hills. Then to California, and then back at our dad's place for a little bit in Mount Pleasant, and then down in Fayetteville, Arkansas for a while, and then back to Pennsylvania, and then out here to Ohio once, and then back to PA again, and then over to Pittsburgh, then back here again. Yeah, we've been around a lot, but this time we really want to stay put. Because, yeah, we really like the place we're back in now. We loved being out here in Ohio before. We were here almost 3 years last time. Yeah, we had a nice move-in deal back when we got, back here, of course. So, yeah, that was an easy call. We loved the area. We loved the food that was around here. So, yeah, that was a pretty easy call to come back. But, yeah, we definitely want to stay put because we know the moves are hard on them. In particular, of course, on us for all the packing and loading and all that. But with how they are, like, we're up and down the stairs and, like, in and out, getting stuff packed up and everything, and moving stuff around. And they, of course, always want to be in the action, right? So they're always following us around wherever we go and, like, not really laying down. So they just make themselves more tired from being up and down and all that, back and forth like we are. And it's like, guys, you can just stay still and relax. You don't have to follow us everywhere. But, I mean, that's a sign that they love us, of course, because they want to follow us everywhere. So, yeah, we certainly had two very pooped puppies when we got into the place here back in late December. But thankfully, yeah, they settled in super, super quick. We're actually just down the road from our old units. We're 613, and the other one was 620. So, yeah, we're, like, super, super close to our old place there. We get them on watch whenever we can, of course, around the perimeter of the whole area. There's a couple of ponds up the road from our place as well that we'll take them out for walks around there when the weather's nice. Haven't really been able to do so as of late because, A, it's been super, super cold the last, 2 weeks. Now, of course, that's their forte. Not so much for us, though. And also, we've had, a foot plus of snow that has not melted in over a week. So that kind of just makes it difficult to walk around safely. But, of course, we want to plan on getting them more walks here and such. We have a lot more grass to walk on around here. Let them roam around by the ponds and all that. And get them some good exercise there. Nothing too crazy, of course, but obviously you get them plenty enough and then some. I also was debating on having 4 pictures be shown here. Just do it a 1, 2, 3, 4 in a square. And showing off a puppy picture of them both as well. And I'm kind of regretting not doing that on one hand. But on the other hand, I also did want to have clear, distinct pictures of the two of them. And I thought it would make more sense to have more up-to-date pictures of them here. I really could have gone with any picture really I had of either of them. But these two are just some of my personal favorites there. Yeah, these two have been... There's been ups and downs, of course. They've had some health stuff here and there. Nothing too crazy, nothing serious. They've had some little dental work done. Just minor things like that. But obviously, we keep a good eye on that. If anything ever pops up that like looks weird or like they start acting weird, we of course immediately get that taken care of. We'll get them to the closest vets, get them whatever meds they need, because we will do anything for these two, and no matter what. If they need something done, we take care of it as soon as possible. Whatever food they need, if they need to switch to something new, whatever meds they need, if they need dental work done, like I said, we've already done that before. So, but besides that, they are plenty healthy. They still did plenty of exercise. They run around plenty. They're also just super chills. They've gotten older. Pompey is still a incredible goofball. Just the things he does, he'll just be like, you know what? I'm gonna jump onto the bed and just claw at the bedding and make a little nest for myself and just lay down. And also, whenever he lays down, he doesn't just like gracefully lay down like you know how dogs do. They'll walk around in a circle a couple of times and then they'll say gently lay down, right? They'll do their back ends first, usually, and then their front, and then rest their heads down and whatever. Pompey pretty much just almost throws himself down in a heap. It's just the funniest thing whenever he does that. Yeah, these two are definitely pretty opposite. But of course they did along so well. I actually have a picture in particular. Shortly after we got Pompey, Crassus was laying down in our living room. This would have been in our Pleasant Hills, PA place. So later on, 2015, Crassus was laying down on his right side, paws all stretched out there, and then Pompey was actually resting his chin, laying down right on his back. Actually, it was just the cutest thing. I should be able to find that picture. I mean, I have it on my phone. I don't know if I'd really be able to edit it in like now. I have no idea if OBS even would let me do that. Probably not. Thought it was. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, there's a bunch of toys scattered about in a living room. Yeah, Pompey just has his head resting on Big Brother's side as he's laying down. This is the cutest thing. Yeah, Pompey still has his blue collar on, his little flippy floppy ears, his little button nose. And his background Crassus had like a full-on black racing stripe there too, all across it, all down his back there. I have the picture dates. It says 2017. I know that's not right. That's probably when I just pulled it from my Facebook memories. It was April 9th. This would have been April 9th, 2015 then. Was the actual date I had the picture. I took that on one of my old phones. Also, I don't know why my phone says to look up snowshoe for the breed of dog. I have no idea why. That's really weird. Yeah, I have their actually also another picture here. Okay, now I'm really regretting not having a puppy picture of them both here, because there's one here back from State College. I have it as March 28th, 2017, but I took the picture 2014. So yeah, shortly after we got him, sitting in our living room on all fours, with a little like his head off to the side there. I call this one this stuffed animal phase. His ears are already so big in this picture. He has adorable little black goggles. Oh my god, this is one of my absolute favorite pictures of him of all time. He has the really sharp blue eyes. He just looks incredibly soft. He's like literally a stuffed animal in this picture. And the little Pompey with his little, I keep saying it over and over again, his little floppy ears, because they were just always flopped over. That little like fold over forward. Yeah, these two have been wonderful. Dogs are just amazing in general. We don't deserve dogs, honestly. And I couldn't be more happy that we have these two. There's of course been times when they've annoyed my brother and I, like during the training and stuff like that, and that's all just how it goes. If anything like that, things can be frustrating, but it's been worth it. I wouldn't trade these two for anything in the world. They are family. They will always be family, and that will never change. And it's always funny too. I have my nighttime routine I do with them before I go to bed. I'll do either one first, and I'll be rubbing their head, and I'll be like, "Good boy, big puppy. You sleep well. I love you, and I'll see you in the morning, okay? Good boy, I love you. Good boy, good night." And then I'll do a little boop and smooch. I'll tap his nose with my nose, and then give him a little kiss on top of his nose also, like on the bridge of his nose. And then I'll do the same thing with Pompey. I'll be like, good boy, little buddy. You sleep well, too. I love you. And I'll see you in the morning, too, okay? Good boy, I love you. Good boy, good night. And yes, I do the kind of like baby talk to them as well, because you have to, obviously. And we also have a bajillion nicknames for these two. Pretty much big and little, followed by whatever you want afterwards, essentially. I think the most common ones we use, I think, would be these two, Big Derp and Little Derp. And, well, actually, both three. Then you have Big Puppy and Little Puppy. And Big Buddy and Little Buddy, because that's what they are. Even though Pompey isn't exactly little anymore, when he stands next to Crassus, when they're on all fours standing upright, they're pretty much about the same size, actually. Crassus is definitely more, like, lanky and everything than Pompey. Pompey is a little fluffier because he has, like, the thicker coat and all that. But even though Pompey is 11 now, he's always going to be the little buddy, little puppy buddy and such. And, of course, Crassus will always be Big Derp, although we also called him Little Big Derp. I'm not sure when that name actually caught on originally. That's also a very fun one we like to use for him. We even still call him that now, just because. Also, nicknames that I personally like are Crassus Molasses and Pompey Wompy. Just because the words rhyme. No other reason than that. I mean, you have to have nicknames for your dogs, right? At least, like, I mean, I have plenty more I could list off here as well, but those ones are just my personal favorites here. Also, this video was probably really long overdue, talking about these two at length, because I've only really ever done so in videos, like in passing and such. And I never really gave a full dedicated video, so I am very glad I have done so. Anything else to talk about, really? I mean, I'm sure there is. These two are just the best. They just really are. I love them to death. Always have, always will. I think with that, guys, I think that's going to do it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. And just as a reminder near the end here, this is going up Tuesday. This will being recorded Monday night to go up Tuesday. And I still will do an episode of Let's Talk About on Sunday as well as normal, just so we can be back on track there. Also, Sky SC will be coming back again like normal on Wednesday there too. With all that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video about me rambling about my two lovable derps. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.